welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be very, very different. Today's video is going to be about being pregnant as a teenager. I myself was pregnant as a teenager, as was my daughter, Yesha.
Hi.
Yeah, so I was 18 when I had her, and you were 19 when she had her daughter. So yeah, we just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about how it was being pregnant at such an early age. Obviously, me being pregnant with her, I was at college. I was doing, what was I doing at college? I think I was doing A-levels at the time, and I actually got pregnant, I think, when I was 17, and then had got pregnant at 17, and then I had towards the end of being 18, if that makes sense. Yeah, it was quite difficult because I was raised in a Christian home. My mom was quite active in the church, and she in turn was very disappointed when she was told by myself that I was pregnant. It was a very difficult time. Yeah, it was really tough because generally everyone in my family, before they've had any babies, they'd all been married, and I was the last born and yet the only one to have had a child out of wedlock. So yeah, Mum was really quite disappointed, and it was hard because I remember her one minute saying yeah, okay, she'd accepted it, and then the next minute saying, well, no, you've got to sort yourself out and you can't carry on and can't live at home and all of this kind of thing. And it was really difficult. I did feel very much alone at times. I actually got postnatal depression after I'd had Nyasha, and that went on for some years because I didn't get any treatment for it. So it was quite a difficult time. But yeah, I survived it. And obviously, when you go through something as difficult as that, a time as difficult as that, you don't really want for your child to go through anything any way near as bad as, because you know it was hard as a young girl. It was really hard. Thank God that I do have a supportive family, and when the baby was born, everybody was very, very hands-on, and my mum basically took Nyasha as her own, and I was able to go on to college, and then go on to university later on. But during the actual pregnancy, it was a really difficult time. Like I said, you know, one minute she'd be okay, the next minute she wasn't, and it made me feel very much alone at times. And yeah, but I developed a very, very close bond with my baby, the baby that I was carrying, and you know, I just felt that no matter what, I would never let anybody take her away from me. It was tough because I remember even being in the hospital and just feeling that somebody was going to take her away, and that sort of feeling was quite an overwhelming feeling that I had for quite a long time. But then I realised that that was all a part of the postnatal depression, and as a result of the postnatal depression, I just wasn't able to make simple decisions, like, for example, you know, going into town and not remembering what I was doing in town, and feeling, like I said, like Nyasha was going to be taken away, doubting the way that I was with her, whether I was a good enough mom, what she was going to think of me. All these were all questions that bombarded my mind regularly, and just, yeah, when I just look back, it was a very difficult time. So, yeah. Over to Nyasha.
Obviously I got pregnant at 19. I was 19 the whole way through my pregnancy. was. So, I was at work. I dropped out of college twice. For me, I didn't really like school, didn't like college, didn't really know what I wanted to do anyway, once I'd finished. So I was working full time. Had like 2 jobs, I think. I gave up one when I started the full time. And it was hard. My pregnancy was difficult. My mum, she didn't speak to me. My dad, he didn't speak to me. I literally had nobody. My daughter's dad, we were on and off the whole way through.
And I know that people might think because I'd been through it that I would be more understanding.
There was no understanding.
That goes back to the fact that what I said at the beginning, in that when you've gone through something like that yourself, you really don't want that for your child.
Yeah.
And that was why I look back now and I know that if I could have changed things the way that I was then with you when you were pregnant, I honest to God would. But, we are where we are now. But, it was a difficult time because I envisaged your path to be completely different to mine. And it is, because you've done so much, and you've done so much by yourself, to be fair, because at the end of the day, my mum was extremely supportive with me. She was obviously a lot older than what I am, but she took on Nyasha full time. Unfortunately, I've got young children myself, so it would have been quite difficult. But then I think it would have gotten easier, but Nyasha has moved away. She moved back to where we are originally from. So, yeah, I don't know. I hope that one day that you'll live closer again so that I can have more time with my granddaughter. Because it's really nice and really sweet seeing her now grow with her auntie and uncle.
Yeah.
Her little baby uncle and auntie, and they've got a really lovely relationship, so it's really quite sweet.
It is. She misses it down here as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I left here and I didn't really have any plan. It was more like I was moving around for a lot of about 6 months. I was moving from house to house, family members within Maya when I left this house. And then it got to a point where I was just like, I wanted my own space, my own place. And although my grandma, she put us up and whatever, she had enough rooms for us, I wanted to have my independence. I think that's what I was working for the whole time. So then when I got to Derby and I was able to find a house, it helped me to sort my life out a bit. I got a job. It wasn't what I wanted to do though. I did an apprenticeship for a bit. I wasn't really happy with that because with apprenticeships, I didn't realise that I was basically just working to send my daughter to nursery. It was really hard, that time was. And then I thought about what I wanted to do. Got into uni. No, actually, sorry. I went to college. Had to finish, obviously, what I dropped out of. So that was a whole, year of my life.
And that was hard, wasn't it?
That was really hard because I was having to travel to the next town every day with my daughter, and it was hard. And sometimes not really having the money to do that because it was a lot of money to do it. But I managed to, get through, get into uni. And I'm just, being a mum and working and uni. And I feel like everybody at uni is 19. And then I feel whenever anybody asks me, because obviously I don't look that old, and they're like, "You're what? You're 22? You've got a daughter? Oh my gosh!" I'm like, yeah.
I was kind of like that though. By the time I got there, I was 21, so I was kind of in the same sort of situation. I was 22, 23, because I'd got 2 children at that stage, and people were like, "What? You've got kids?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have." And it was, but I mean, you just do it. These days, life is what it is. It is what it is, and it's different for everybody, and there's enough room for everybody. You know, it's no longer you go to school, go to college, go to uni. Some people take a bit of a detour, but it doesn't mean to say that you're not going to get there. I mean, there were times when I did think, oh my gosh, she's not going to do it. You know, my firstborn child, she's not going to achieve. She's not, because I know that you're a very clever girl and that you could do anything that you put your mind to. But it just wasn't in my timing. And having Nyasha has taught me a lot and still continues to teach me a lot because, as I said, she is my firstborn. I'd never been a mum before having her. So I did what I thought was best and what I thought was right. And a lot of it was based on my experience that I'd drawn from my own mother, which some of it was right, some of it was wrong. But all I can say is, you know, I continue to learn as a mom. I've now got a son. His life's going to be completely different. And you just kind of have to just face life's challenges head on as they come. Yeah, so, but I'm just glad that we are where we are now. Things haven't been easy, but we're a lot stronger, a lot tighter, and I'm really proud. I'm really proud of what you've achieved and where you're going with your life and the love that you've got for your daughter, and just the way that your daughter is with you, the way that you are with her. And yeah, it makes me feel really proud to know that, you know, I've raised this young lady and she's my daughter and she's given me a beautiful granddaughter. And yeah, I think that's it, unless there's anything else that you'd want to say. Do you love your mama? Oh. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this is my daughter Nyasha. I've actually got 4 other daughters. I've got a stepdaughter, a 17.
4 other daughters.
How many have I got? 3.
You've got 3 other daughters.
I don't even know anymore. Okay, I've got 3 daughters. I've got 4 daughters in total.
Yeah, in total.
Okay, I've got 4 daughters in total. Both myself and Paul, we were married when we had a daughter each. Obviously, Nyasha was my daughter, and then Paul has a daughter. And then we've got a daughter together that's 17. We've got a 6-year-old daughter together and our little son, Nehemiah. So yeah, I know that it might be a bit confusing, but basically that's it. And then we've got 2 granddaughters from both of the older girls. So yeah, this is our video about teenage pregnancies. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that it's a little bit different.
Wait. If this is about teenage pregnancies, let me just tell you, it's not easy. So don't fall into the trap. It's not easy at all.
No, it isn't. I think we both can agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we both can agree on that. But
other people will make it look glamorous. It's not. There's nothing glamorous about. It's nice,
especially if you have to do it alone.
Definitely.
It is hard. It is hard, and that's where I just really take my hat off to you, because you did do it. I didn't, to be fair, because my mum helped me. She was there every step of the way. But obviously, being in separate towns, it wasn't as easy for me to have as big an input as I could have had we'd been living in the same town. But yeah, hopefully one day everything will come back and my granddaughter will be back, or we'll be there. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like and share. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.